What's up, everybody? I'm Ross.
I'm Rocky.
We're the Driver Era, and we just did maybe an hour-long conversation with Zach Sang.
Was it really an hour?
Dan, huh?
Damn.
It might have been an hour. We talked about Sabrina. We talked about new music. We talked about tour. We talked about Laura Marano. They told me to make you guys want to watch it. So go check it out.
Let's do this. Zach Sang Show.
We got Dan over there working on the volumes.
Yep.
Check it. Check.
Yep.
We got Ross.
You never know. I might scream randomly if you're checking the volumes.
Loud in my ears.
I sound loud in your ears?
We got
Just take
Rocky.
him off, man.
What's good?
I feel like he's like you're so used to his voice. You got the two of you spend so much time together.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we spend so much time together to where like he'll talk sometimes I don't even hear it.
Yeah.
Did you feel like it's just your own thoughts?
Yeah, I'm just like conscious. Is that you?
The Driver Era hanging out in the studio.
Yes.
What's good?
Woo woo woo.
It's been a minute since we've hung out like in a microphoned recording conversational setting. It's
Probably,
nice.
honestly, that one's probably a few years.
Yeah, like our like a real conversation in a studio.
Right,
yes,
right.
I talked to you two briefly at like a radio room.
Yep.
Right around My Friend Dahmer coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful movie.
it was fun.
It's really dark and creepy and freaking awesome. But there's been so much life that's happened to the two of you since then. Mm-hmm. Where do we start? Like, okay, we'll start at the beginning, I think.
Okay.
Who's the Driver Era?
The Driver Era is Rocky and I.
What's good?
We've been living together now. Well, we had been living together since we moved out, really.
Mm-hmm.
But originally we moved into a house with all our five, and we were doing that whole thing, and we'd make music that way. But now the Driver Era is basically our collaborations in music right now.
Why the Driver Era?
We were struggling to find a name for a really long time, and we had decided on a name that wasn't gonna make it. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It didn't quite sum up what we wanted to do.
What was it?
I don't know if we can tell you. It's pretty bad.
No, we've I don't think we'll ever tell anybody that. It's kind of where we arrived at, but no, the name The Driver Era just came about from just like a conversation we were having while I think we were driving to a party or something. We were like, "Yo, that other name just ain't right." But it just represents like it kind of just represents what's happening now and just where we are and where the world's at and just kind of like it feels very present, and that's what we liked about it.
Yeah, but it just happened in a conversation, and we were like, "That's the name."
Yeah,
When you know, you know.
exactly.
Yeah, it kind of.
Yeah.
Who brought it up first?
I think I said it. I was like, dude,
I think.
it's the Driver Era or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think someone was actually filming us at this moment. I don't know why they're filming us. but,
Rylan, bro. Rylan was
yeah.
our little brother was in the back seat,
Yeah, I was
and he was just like
driving.
filming just
Yeah.
for fun.
Capturing history.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just like talking about
Just, like,
technology
life
and like
and just, yeah.
and philosophy and just random shit.
Yeah.
And then I said the Driver Era, and Rocky was like, "Dude, that's the band name."
Yeah, I was like, dude, the other one's trash now. Like, we can't be using that other one.
Yeah.
What are we thinking?
Yeah.
So you say it describes present, right? But like it feels so forward at the same time. Like there's momentum to it.
Yeah.
Like you're heading somewhere. It's at least a constant, you know?
Yeah, it feels past, present, and future oriented all in the same time. I think that's why we liked it.
Yeah.
Era.
Exactly.
How does the creative process change now that it's just the two of you? Because you were running like a creative collective, a creative hub when it was you and all the siblings working on R5 stuff. Has there been any major changes?
Yeah, I would say one thing is we're doing everything independent now, which in the like grand scheme of things really changes how the music is made, how the visuals are seen now, how just basically everything that has to do with the band now just comes down to what we think and what we want.
You went from having 1,000 cooks in the kitchen
Exactly.
to 2.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Scary.
That's what we're learning. Actually, we've realized last year, like, if something's not going the way we want it to, or something turned out bad, or whatever it is, it's our fault. It's no longer like, oh, it was like, what's this guy doing over here? You know what I mean? It was easy to point fingers and easy to kind of just blame not yourself. But reality is it's Nah, if anything kind of goes wrong or you're pissed off about something, it's like, nah, it's something we kind of messed up.
But at the
Basically.
same time, you lack the leverage that all those cooks maybe brought to the kitchen.
Totally.
Right.
Totally.
But
Right.
it's creatively freeing.
It's creatively freeing and restricting all at the same time because you don't have the resources as well to make certain visions or visuals become a reality.
But you can do exactly what you want.
Right.
Yeah.
But
so
how
there's
do you
certain
make-
sacrifices in that,
Yeah.
but are they worth it? And right now, for us in this time in our career, it is.
Yeah.
The music is great. Obviously
Thank
crazy different
Yeah.
than anything else. How'd you know it was time to move on from R5? Was there a moment that you remember?
We actually had flirted with the idea a year prior to actually it coming to a conclusion. Where we were just kind of like, hey, like maybe should we change names of the band, or like should we do this, should we do that? Because we wanted to just, we were kind of in a little bit of a bubble, and we
Yeah.
wanted to figure out like how we could move forward. And I guess the best way to move forward was to start new.
Yeah.
So we decided to go with the driver. I think the moment that we actually decided that we were going to do that, we were on tour in South America.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we were on like a rooftop or something.
Yeah.
We like snuck
Oh
up.
yeah.
I think we went up with one of our guitar techs and Rylan, one of our
Yeah.
other brothers, and we were just like on this roof, just like kind of kicking it, and we were like, yo, maybe like
Yeah.
maybe the time's now. And just kind of started happening.
Which is kind of a unique place for that all to go down, because South America, you're popular here in the States. You guys draw an awesome crowd. But in South America, it's amplified, right? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
it's bigger than big. So you have all these people loving R5 downstairs, and you're on a rooftop discussing the possibilities of
Of it
leaving
not
it
being
behind.
a thing anymore.
Right.
Yeah, that is kind of ironic.
Right.
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys not having fun in the band, or?
Oh no, we only ever had fun.
Okay.
We just have
We had too much fun, to be honest.
we just have a lot of ambition
Yeah.
too at the same time. So it was just it was a blank canvas to try new ideas with, and to try an abstract painting with, because with R5 a lot of people saw certain things, and when you've like shown people a certain product for so long that's attached to like R5 or whatever it may be, the Disney Channel and things like that, people like that idea and they're comfortable with that idea. So we wanted to just shake the
shake it all off.
foundation a little bit.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, shake it off a little bit.
And really start from the ground up, which to me is also, the whole thing's amazing, and it's so happy that it's happening, and it needed to happen, obviously. But to your point of like those limitations, and you were kind of saying that, right? Like the stigma that's built up and this bubble that's created, your music was stellar and the songs were awesome. Like the
Thanks, yo.
musicianship and what you guys do on stage and what you leave up there is stellar, and really didn't deserve a lot of the stigma that was kind of attached to it based on how it was crafted and how it initially erupted.
Sure.
You know?
Sure. And that was a lot of our review too, was like, I mean, we spent the majority of our lives at that time just touring, and we spent like 10 months on the road every year, where we would increasingly become better musicians and better performers and a better band. And so people would come up to us after the show and they'd be like, what are you guys doing? Do you need to drop your like? Our fans would tell
that
us
was
this.
the best, actually.
Our
yeah.
fans would literally tell us like, hey, you need to drop your label.
Yeah.
You need to do this. You need to do this, because we're seeing
They-
X, X, and X every
and it's
night,
not eating,
and no one else is.
That was actually.
So what are you doing?
I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they come up and be like, you guys need a new publicist, or so they'd be like, what's going on behind the scenes, because something's not right, and we were like,
Because the fans
trying
saw
to figure it out. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you learn from that moment in time? Like, what's your biggest takeaway from the R5 era?
From the R5 era, well, one thing I always try to think of or try to remember is it's about the journey, not the destination. I know that's kind of a corny line, but it's so true in that, like, you got to really just be present in with your circumstances that you have and make the best of it. And I definitely think we did with R5.
Yeah.
And just like going out, like after the show, like just wherever city we were in, going and seeing the city and like going to bars and really maximizing the opportunities that gave us. But also I think although it gives us a little bit more pressure, is maybe let's not have as many cooks in the kitchen right now, and let's try to make an idea that we like can sort of stand by,
Yeah.
Is there something you learned from that moment that allows you to be better suited to handling this all on your own?
Actually, yeah. I think you can't actually learn like as much as we did without going through it.
That's it.
So if say we were to just come together right now and start a band, we would kind of have to go through all the same stuff of like, okay, so this is messed up now, this like, and all these random things, and we almost have like a college degree of that
The
now.
music
I get it.
industry.
Of like being in a band and being
Yeah.
a touring musician and like writing and producing and talking to different like labels and just whatever it is, like we literally just have 10 years of that under our belt now.
And I think probably the best thing that we learned from all that is like 90% of the time,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, most, yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like if an A&R is telling you something, it might as well be most of the time. Like I feel like that's usually our experience.
Are there any examples of what you mean by that?
Just that
No.
like certain,
Does not.
certain promises can be made. People will say certain things to get you to do certain things. And there's not necessarily, you can't expect to follow through.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll say they'll pump you up,
I understand.
They'll grease you up a little bit.
In
They'll
the
tell
moment,
you you're
get
the greatest
you
thing.
jazzed.
Do this instead
it's
of
smart-
what you
smart with
know what I'm
words.
saying?
It's all talk and not action, right? But
Yeah.
now accountability is in a whole different way, right? Like because it's all yours.
Yeah.
It's,
If there's no action,
Right.
there's nothing.
Right.
Literally, is the bottom line.
It's almost like you can't blame anybody but yourselves now because you're in full control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're the
And
captains
we're
of
going
this
through that
ship.
right now.
Yeah, we're like,
Because we're making songs. We've literally spent the last like 20 days in our studio just cooking up beats and songs and everything like that, all of which I think are quite good. But now it comes down to like how do we really want to represent ourselves in our music?
Is it hard for you guys to be like the creators, the judge, and the jury on this type of music? Like, is it hard having so few ears to test things on? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we still have like confidants.
People.
We have people like Riker, for instance. Like we'll send Riker a song, and we'll be
Yeah.
like, "What do you think?"
Riker actually,
He just called us.
yeah,
before
he
this.
called us on the way here, and he was like, "Yo, say what up to Zach for us."
Yeah.
But he was like, "Yo, dude, don't sleep on this song because it's this song we messing with a little while ago," and Riker just loves it, and we're kind of like, "Yeah, it's we like the song. Like we're still seeing what
We're
else
such
is going
freaking
on." But
perfectionists.
yeah, Riker's over here like, "Don't sleep on it, bro. Don't sleep on it." And we're like, "All right," so we like played it on the way here in our car. We're like, it's kind of
I like it.
tight. Like
How many
Yeah.
songs are you sitting on right now?
there's no answer to that question because it could be 100 and it could be 2, depending on the completion of like
the
that
song.
song's basically done, but
But we'd still put work on it.
that's what I
if
mean. We
were
still
going to
mess with it,
release
and then there's at least like 30 little. Hey, here's like this little like verse chorus thing we got that could be cool. That might just be on an acoustic guitar. So the question, there's no answer.
I get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Have you seen your sound transform from Preacher Man to where you're at now?
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel like every song has its own thing. Like I feel like people are gonna be telling us that to us for a while. It's just like, yo, Low doesn't sound like Preacher Man, and our next single is probably not gonna sound like Low.
No, I would probably sound.
And
entirely
also,
opposite.
and it's because we're really trying to make every single time we start a song, it has to be special for its own reason. Like if you think about any sort of like any hit song, they capture a certain essence, and no song can really replicate it.
I get it.
Because it is that essence. So like with Low, like I feel like there's not really another song like it, like Low.
Yeah.
and people might try to recreate that, but low is low.
Like snowflakes are all unique.
Right.
But that's also the only way to really kind of do it in a genuine
I've been writing
way.
songs all like the last few days, dude. My mind is like,
No, but it's the truth, right? But you could also go into this saying we want to have a sound and then strive for that consistently.
yep.
But you're starting from a place of whatever you feel, right?
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
have a vision? Is there do you have like a roadmap to where parameters that you're going to create between, or do you don't limit yourself?
There's a combination of both those things. We're actually navigating all of that right
Yeah.
now.
It's
Yeah.
exciting, right?
It is exciting, yeah.
There
It's
was
stressful.
this time last year, actually, we kind of had an entire roadmap, like an entire all right, this is what's going on. This is kind of this is what the vibe is.
Yeah, I
what we
was
like.
literally I made the whole website.
Like we were going.
I
in
made
for
all the merch.
A hot second.
I had video ideas and
Yeah.
everything. We were like hooked up, ready to go.
Yeah, and then basically he went to Vancouver.
Yeah.
and it kind of was just like stop for a second and rethink everything. Is basically
Yeah.
what happened last year.
And when you have that time away,
Yeah.
you could tear anything. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You could
No,
think
well-
about anything too much and tear it apart and
That's
rebuild
exactly
it.
what we did.
Exactly
thought
what
about
we
everything
did.
too much.
And the world is so instantaneous now
Yeah.
with social media and the internet that it's like if you don't hop on an idea when it's fresh in your head, where it can fit in the world and where it could be special.
It's gone.
That window of
Yeah.
opportunity is gone.
Yep.
That's
So-
sad though, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Because the consumption rate is so high that you just take everything for granted.
Yeah.
Because imagine how much more we would appreciate music if it wasn't on our phone.
And as instant or as
Yeah.
just it's forever changing.
And obviously with that, again, we get a lot more opportunities then to find a new window
Yeah.
and to contribute in a new way. But the old way is gone now. So we got to find a new way to do it.
Yeah.
And you're in the process.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love the timing of it all, right? Because I don't think you knew you were going to get Sabrina when you were cooking up Driver Hour
Yeah. That's exactly.
at all.
It literally, bro.
That was last second, wasn't it?
Yeah, they called me cuz apparently they were having a hard time finding Harvey.
I heard that.
Yeah. And I wasn't doing TV auditions cuz I was like, dude, I'm doing music. I'll do a film here and there. That's cool with me.
Why were you set on that? Like, why were you locked into the
film
film
idea?
game with a really big music focus?
I like
Films lift you up, right?
well, film was a way for me to still have that passion for acting and not have a huge time commitment. Whereas if you're doing TV, like the Riverdale kids, who have a more intense schedule than the Sabrina kids, do 23, 25 episodes a season. Wow. So they spend 9 months up in Vancouver every year. And I need more music than that. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So to be able to go do a film like Dahmer and other films here and there, it was like, cool, like I'll go spend 2 months, 3 months, do a film real quick. Sounds fun.
Would you say it's a little bit cooler and classier too? You know, the film game
The film game?
elevates your credibility.
I would say 5 years ago, yeah, but because of Netflix, it doesn't even matter now.
You're right.
That's what I was just going to
Literally,
say.
it's all the same. It's like, what can I view?
Yeah.
If it's a TV show, if it's a movie, if it's like that Black Mirror thing, which was, I don't know if y'all saw that. That was pretty sick. Bandersnatch.
I love the interactivity of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was sick.
I actually really want to see that. But to answer that question then too, is like, yeah, I love being on a Netflix show because that's where the world is.
Yeah.
So now I'm contributing in that way, and that feels good too. And I'm on one of the cool shows because I love Sabrina. I think it's amazing.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's rad.
I'm on one of the cool shows I like.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
pretty
like,
sick show.
So that's
sick.
like that feels pretty good.
The Harvey hair looks good on you too.
Thanks, I appreciate that.
Good luck.
I might dye it blonde. We'll see.
When do you go back?
No, when I go on tour.
But when do you go back to Vancouver?
I go back on right literally after this short tour we just announced.
Congratulations
so that
on
was
that, by the
literally
way.
thank you. That was literally the only amount of time we had
Yeah.
to do shows was in between the seasons.
But the darkness of the two projects, I'm not saying Driver Error is going to always be dark, but it was a different, just based on color palette, it was a different just vibe than R5, obviously. But the darkness and the maturity kind of lined up with the two things you got going on. The timing's right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think it's all good things. The TV show, the Driver Era, everything that's led us to this point is good things, or they are good things. And we just we want to further capitalize on it.
What's the most surprising thing about Harvey? What surprised you the most about him as a character?
I guess not surprised, but he has a hard time with the magic. And as like a fan, you're going, oh, come
magic,
on,
bro.
man. Yeah, like your girl's trying to give you magic pencils, dude.
Really?
Yeah, get with it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking. It's like an actor.
Is that in part 2? Or
That's
whatever?
the Christmas special.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Damn, Rocky, you're behind,
Damn, y'all. I'm
dude.
sorry.
My sister gives you a lot of credit. You guys do a good job at keeping nothing unanswered.
Nothing unanswered?
Yeah, the Christmas special apparently answered a lot of questions.
Yeah. I think so, for sure, because that's the first time you really get to see Sabrina after she signed the Book of the Beast. Because in the final episode of part 1, she signs her name in the Book of the Beast, and then the episode ends. So you're like, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
So that was like your first glimpse into like the darker Sabrina. So I thought it was pretty cool.
What do you learn from a show like The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?
Oh, a lot of things. One of our actors is always joking around, and she's like, I just walk and talk. Like she just shows up and basically like says her words and then like
Pieces.
gets out of there. And I think the reason she says that is because she presents, or the reason she has that thought process towards acting is because it frees up a lot of it just frees her performance up, so she can walk into a scene and say her lines and say them all in all sorts of different ways and have different facial expressions going on, and then the editor has all this to pick from, and then her performance ends up being amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Do you wish you could do that?
Well, no, that I can. So there's a lot of like little tricks in here where it's like, okay, you figure out how to kind of create moments in the show, because that's really the actor's job, is to like get juicy moments, as many as you can, to really elevate the writing. I'm beginning to have a new thought process on acting that's not as much about, oh, my character feels this way. For this particular project, it's more about, how can I make this scene the most enjoyable to
more
watch?
Entertaining.
You know what I'm saying?
Is that a lack of depth in Harvey, or is that just keeping somebody's attention and playing to the moment?
I think that's the format in which this show exists.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I'm saying? Where if it's Dahmer, it's much more about like, okay, dude was a serial killer. Okay.
How can I make
what
him
was he
entertaining?
thinking when he stole the pig out of science class to go dissect later in his shack at the back of his house? That's a little more like, what's going through this guy's head? With Harvey, it's all written. It's all on the page for me. So, you know what I'm saying?
I totally understand. Do you feel more connected to a character like Jeffrey Dahmer because after you play him, you spend so much time with him and as him and in him?
No, not necessarily. I think I feel equally invested in both characters. Although I have a different approach because I'm spending just as much time with.
And you're still getting to know them. Yeah.
Yeah. And even Offset, like, it's such a weird thing acting because you're literally living in an environment and saying certain things that you're supposed to believe. So even Offset, like, I'll say things that I'll say like a Harvey line in everyday life because
it's worked its
Do you
way
believe in like
in.
manifestation?
Yeah.
And like saying things that you want.
Oh yes.
So I'm doing that, but as a character.
You're becoming him slow. Like, yeah, he's a part of you. He's like an everyday active. Yeah, he's a part of your existence.
Yeah. And the more I give my essence to this creation, this new person that I'm becoming / creating, the better it'll be. So it's just a kind of a strange gig.
Do you like the challenge?
Yeah, I do. I've always liked acting, and I like being able to do different characters. You know, I like it as just a job in general, but then you get a lot of variety and becoming, you know, a doctor or like Harvey or a serial killer, or, you know.
Would you credit Austin and Ally with your range or your ability to like tap into all this?
I credit Austin and Ally to a lot of my to a lot of the fundamental teachings in acting. I had a really good dialogue coach. Her name was Laura James. I called her LJ. And she would basically make sure that all of us had our lines down and the best choice. Because with acting, it's very much about like, okay, what's your choice? How are you going to deliver this line? So she would sit us down and just basically make sure we were on our and part of the things that she would do is like, okay, give me another option. That was your first option. Let's see another one, and we'll pick the best one. So just like little things like that. And on a sitcom, you learn like where to stand and your blocking and the lighting and like what's your camera, how to make the scene better. What's the where's the comedic timing? Like all those the fundamentals of acting. I learned on Austin Ally.
And that sets you up. That's like a toolkit for you to.
It set me up for sure. I think. Yeah.
At least a foundation.
Yeah. And then from there, it's like, where are you gonna go? And from there, I went and I did My Friend Dahmer.
Serial killer.
Yeah, and I thought
It's a leap.
Well, I also just thought like
It's great.
It's a leap, bro.
Yeah, like where's the next challenge? You know, which is again like why we're here. It's like where's this is the next.
Yeah, it's like next
So
step,
one of my friends he was in the crew of Sabrina, is always coming up to me and he's always like, "What's your next level, dude? Like, where's the next level? Like, how are you gonna level up as a human? You know?"
I appreciate that encouragement.
I do too. Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool thing to say too because it makes you think. Like this challenge that you're facing right now is specifically for you to learn from
and to level up.
So where's your next level?
What I could ask you that deep question, but I think you're experiencing and exploring your next level right now.
Yeah.
And I think the Driver Hour Foundation is strong. Low is a great record.
I love that song.
I don't want to analyze it too much, but I also at the same time do. Is it realizing? Is it like realizing the power of somebody in your life, but only after they're gone?
I didn't write this one.
It's funny because
I'm a fan of it just as much as the rest.
A lot of people have thought that song might have like something to do with like a specific someone, but no, it's just it's more just about the feeling of kind of not feeling good. But it's not necessarily like, oh, this person made me feel that way, or it's not really about love or anything. It's just it does kind of feel like that when you listen to it. I agree, but there is no like specific someone.
Did you write it alone?
Yeah, I wrote and produced that.
Are you singing on it too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He literally did everything.
So you have nothing to do with this song?
Not this one. Because I was in Vancouver.
He was in Vancouver, and we were like, FaceTiming, trying to.
Yeah.
We were attempting to kind of write and send tracks back and forth, but it didn't work. Like straight up didn't work. So like I was kind of just, he's still doing stuff out there, and I was kind of doing stuff here.
Which again, I think was kind of a version of what we were just talking about in leveling up, is because it's like, it forced me to learn how to create music on my own without having an opinion to trust. And same thing to you.
Yeah.
And honestly, like what's so amazing about Low is Rocky literally wrote, produced, sang on that song, and he could have mixed it too.
Yeah, the mix ain't bad. I'll be honest. The
You like the mix that you got?
I'm saying the mix before I send, because you send every song to get mixed. Like that's
Yeah.
You should, so it sounds great.
But
but my
he
mix
straight up
like,
could have
wasn't that,
mixed it.
Yeah,
like-
it wasn't that bad. So
You challenge yourself. That was
Yeah.
a level up.
straight up.
And
Straight up.
oh, so why the two of you? Was the connection in your relationship and your chemistry always the strongest?
I think with music, yes.
Yeah.
I think if you talk about like just other aspects of life when it comes to like just like the rest of the family or even just individual friends, like obviously everyone like everyone has like different friendships, but when it comes to like music creation and kind of just music taste and all that, it's like I don't like a song or like something that he dislikes. Like it's weird when it comes to music.
I also think we're similarly minded. We're similarly open-minded. Like
Yeah.
we both we both like the same things, but we're also open for like
To new?
to the new things. Yeah. So we get along in that way, and just like trying to find new things to think about, or like we're always talking about stuff, and so like that's kind of why we make music. I'm sorry, dude.
No,
I've
I
been
love
writing
it.
music. I don't know where my head's at.
But that's like, it's what you need. Like, it really, I mean, for you guys to be together in person and to get it done, like, Preacher Man, was
Yeah.
that done with you in the same spot?
That was in Malibu, yeah, and that was actually when we were still signed.
Oh, cool.
So, like that was like it was like that was like a transition phase. Actually, is what Preacher Man was.
There's only 3 records right now out.
Yeah.
Do we have a date for something new? And you're going to tour
No.
with just the 3 records?
No.
We literally announced the tour, and we were like, all right, so we got to hit the studio and make music and put it out before this tour.
Forcing yourself.
Yeah, literally, it's like forcing us to do this.
So this is the deadline.
The deadline is
tour time.
If you want to release something in like March, the deadline's in like 2 weeks. But we don't really have anything.
So what's gonna happen? Worst case scenario, you guys get in the studio, you're like, none of this is clicking.
And that's what's been happening the last week.
So then what happens? I mean, you're going on tour.
We just keep going.
Okay.
Literally, yeah. The last week
Consistency.
we've been in and out of the studio, and honestly, like there's a couple things we're like, cool, this has some life here and there, but the rest is trash for sure.
So
100%.
will you play like R5 songs on tour?
Probably
or-
not.
Okay, so
I
you
like-
need to get something done.
Well, but I mean, we do have
We do.
songs.
We do. Yeah.
We have songs that I quite like.
Who do you have to convince?
Nobody. We have to
Ourselves.
convince ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's sometimes the hardest part.
Yeah.
is it one of those
right now
things
it's the
though, that
hardest
you're
part.
like thinking about it too much? You just gotta like put it out there, because if you sit on it, you're not gonna like it.
Most likely.
Yeah, we kind of diagnosed ourselves where I think we just have overthought all these songs basically, and I think we arrived at a place where we're like, it's just like we don't even know what to think anymore, and so we kind of just need to get back in the studio and just like shut that off, because I think we did arrive at an unhealthy mindset
I honestly,
slightly.
I think we should just do that.
Yeah,
Let's just go.
exactly.
Let's just put them out,
I'm
because
not-
we have the
why not?
we have
You're
good
like,
stuff.
That's the title of the album. Like, these songs we kind of like. Yeah. Let us know what you think.
No, that's the thing. It's like,
I think people would respect it.
yeah, they're like, all right, we'll check. Oh, it's not bad.
but like, if we straight up, if we played you these songs that we're considering, you'd be like, "What's
not-
this is
yeah,
tight.
it's kinda tight.
This is great. I love hearing like this is a good song."
But it's yourself.
yeah.
You're holding yourself back.
Yeah, there's this book that Rocky turned me on to, actually, called The Art of War. And it's all about certain resistance and how it can manifest in your life, or the many ways resistance shows itself.
Okay. Where's it showing now?
And one of the things is basically treating something too preciously.
I understand that.
And I definitely think that's part of our case, is we just like
Yeah.
we're so particular.
What fuels this precious feeling, or the fact that you feel that these songs are so precious? Is it the fact that, like, if it goes out and God forbid nobody likes it,
I don't
it's
even
hard
know
to
if it's
take,
that,
or
I
an
don't,
extension
'cause
of yourself?
I almost
Yeah, but probably more that than the idea of someone not liking it. I don't think we care enough of people's opinion. But also, actually, at the same time, we had been told time and time and time and time again that our music wasn't good enough by certain people, we were working with. So I think that isn't a good
I get that.
psychological pressure to put a young artist under.
Yeah, messes with your head. You don't know what's right and you don't really know it's not what's wrong, but like it's hard for you to tell.
For sure.
You guys,
but with that being said, like
you're gonna put something.
I
out.
like these songs.
Yeah.
I do like these songs.
Well, if you need ears, you got a couple sets.
I'm probably gonna play you guys one when this is over.
Please.
What are you gonna play?
The one Riker wants us to release right now.
Rocky's like, oh no.
Is there a part of you that likes creating on your own then, because you don't face this sort of?
There's definitely, I think any creative is a very healthy aspect to do things alone and with someone else, actually, because you learn when you are alone. It's like 100%. You're not really worried about what someone else is thinking of what you're doing right now. So like you can be messing with something for like an hour or two, and you're not questioning what's homeboy in the back thinking right now. So yeah, I like both, and I think Ross likes both. I think everyone should try both for sure.
You learn something new.
Yeah.
Both ways.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like your music ever kind of changes depending on what character you're playing at the time?
I mean, maybe I've never thought about it.
Subconsciously.
Because you were saying you kind of speak like that character, so I was like, do you start writing like that character?
I feel like the lyrics that I write and the melodies that I write usually are the most me.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
So the music is a way for you to escape the character and you get back to yourself.
You could say that. Yeah.
Okay.
I've been reading again that Art is a War, the War of Art book, and they also are basically saying like creation is not really yours. Like you almost can't take credit for your own creations because they come from somewhere else.
Everything's inspired.
Right. But not even in terms of another artist. More in terms of like another like dimension or something like that.
Like a higher power?
Yeah, like a divine energy.
Ooh. Something
and
pushed you.
Yeah, they say in the book like notice how John Lennon never took any credit for the songs that he wrote. Almost.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly how they state it, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Ghostwriter on
I don't
everything.
know.
The universe.
Yeah, for
The
real.
universe.
I don't know.
Wow. I get that though, and that's making me think.
Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
The Ghost Rider. Yo, that's pretty dope.
First tour date, when is it and where?
I don't know. When is it?
It's
like March 13th
it's gonna be
in Baltimore.
You guys seem like you're on it.
I'm feeling kind of lucky with that guess. I'm feeling pretty lucky. I'm not gonna
wait.
lie. Just Googling
What did you say,
it.
Baltimore?
Yep, March 13th.
Okay, wait 1 second.
All right. What do I win if I'm right?
Let's look this up.
You were so close. That's the second show. Damn. First show is March 13th, Boston.
Ooh, I was.
Bees.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys said that you weren't expecting to go on tour. Like the fans were surprised that you guys would be going on tour, or somebody wasn't expecting it. Why is that?
So we have 3 songs out.
Yeah.
I guess a simple answer.
Well, and also just because we haven't, so much of the energy has been like, yo, look at this new show I'm on.
Yeah.
Look at the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. To where to turn around and be like, yo, a tour.
I mean,
everyone's like,
it's hard to compete with Netflix.
It is.
You know,
Yeah, they have a lot of money.
We were just talking about that show, You. And apparently
So
that was
good.
on like
it's a Lifetime
it was
show.
like a Lifetime show like a year ago. And so nobody knows about
Released
it.
on Lifetime.
Netflix grabs it, blows it up, and now, so that just shows
No
you
one
the
ever
power of
knew.
Netflix.
I just binged the whole thing. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just found out yesterday. We were like, wow, that's crazy.
Great show.
Yeah.
Couldn't be more excited for season 2.
So Netflix
I'm on
saw
episode
the potential.
6. So
Scooped that up.
And you're connected to an even bigger universe, which is the Riverdale universe, because there's gonna be there has been crossover, right?
There hasn't yet,
But it's coming.
we'll see. I honestly have no idea.
I keep hearing rumors on the internet.
Well, I think that's what everyone
The
wants, and because that's what everyone wants, it's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Because it would kind of be stupid
you gotta
to
please
not.
the customers.
Yeah, you got to absolutely
up.
please the customer
Why do
Business 101. For sure. For them to not do that, it's not a good idea.
for sure.
why do you think you got the part of Harvey?
I think in acting, everyone, you can be a great actor. That's absolutely something, and what. They're not going to book you based on your acting ability. They're usually going to book you on your acting ability plus your look and essence combined.
Yeah.
It's more. You know what I'm saying? So
totally
I think
get it.
the reason they wanted me for Harvey is because I possess a certain innocence that Harvey needs. A certain amount of sweetness that they liked. And then the way I look, I guess they saw Harvey as, you know what I'm saying? But there's so many young actors that are coming up to me being like, I've auditioned for this and this and this and this and this, but it's like, you almost have to wait for the right role to come to you.
So you didn't even audition? That's what you said?
No, I did audition.
Okay.
I did audition.
But you were one of the last.
I'm pretty sure I was like their last option. Like I came in after every other Harvey had auditioned apparently. And my first audition was a chemistry read, which like you basically never do.
That's like the last step, almost.
Yeah, that's like
those
it's like
with
okay,
Kiernan,
cool. We
right?
know we like this guy and he has the chops for the role. So now we're gonna see if he has chemistry with our lead actress. That was my first audition. Wow. So it was just a strange process at the beginning, and then I did 2 more auditions the next 2 days, and then they shipped me up to Vancouver.
The day after.
Yeah, and it's been honestly it's been such a great experience. I've loved it. I love the people that I get to work with, and I love Vancouver.
And you're a
Beautiful
part
place.
of an iconic universe, an iconic brand that really will last forever.
Mm-hmm. And
cool.
it's super fun. Like I love it. It's a great time.
You like Vancouver?
I love it. Yeah.
Good people.
Super clean. Everyone's very focused on the environment and
like
how they can help.
A
which
clean
is
version of New York
refreshing.
and LA together.
Yeah. I yeah, definitely.
They have good public transpo.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you have any hopes for Harvey?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's got hopes for their characters. You know, everyone wants something twisted to happen to them so they get something juicy to play. Like, you know, like everyone wants, because it's a demon show, like once upon a time I would have liked Harvey to maybe have become possessed or something, you know what I'm saying? Because that would have been fun. But you'll have to see the second season. Second season is pretty good. I think it's going to be better than the first season. I haven't seen any of it yet, or the second part. We're calling them parts. So the first part is what we've already seen. Second part is going to be coming out in April something, and I think it'll be better than the first part.
A statement.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because it's darker. It's sexier. It's more. It's just kind of. Roberto used this word to describe the show one time, but he called it delicious, and I think that's like a pretty good way to describe Sabrina.
Dark, sexy, and delicious.
Oh yeah, maybe not.
Sabrina.
Maybe not in succession, but you know what I'm saying. Like
That's.
I think you should say him in succession.
I like it.
That was
I'm
great.
in. And you make friends, you know?
yeah, and you learn. I learned a lot. You know,
Passionate
the whole year.
show?
Yeah, yeah,
Jazz Sinclair, you friends with her?
yeah.
Are you dating her?
We're pretty close. We're pretty close.
Is it Instagram official?
That's what somebody. That's
Yeah.
what. What's her name? Katie.
Yeah.
Said to us.
That's how you know.
I mean,
I don't
did she
think-
post a picture of you guys on Instagram?
What's your Facebook status say?
Well,
By the way, I could have done this in a nicer way, a more smooth way, and I'm
You
just
gotta
It's
do
like,
cool,
it
dude.
on
It's
air
cool.
while
It's
the
cool.
cameras
Let's
are
just ask.
rolling. Yeah.
What's going on with you and Jazz? Are you dating? Are you not?
No, we spent a lot of time with each other, and we really enjoyed each other's company. Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
To work with somebody and spend this much time with somebody you like and enjoy, and
Yeah.
you care about their company.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to like force yourself to be around them, like Dan and I. Very jealous. Very, very envious. It's nice. It breeds creativity and health.
sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's clean, like the city of Vancouver.
Yeah, totally.
I want more music from the two of you.
Same.
I will be showing up to tour whether there's new music or not.
Yo, come out
Yeah,
to the
definitely
Roxy.
come. We're playing the
Definitely come
Roxy.
to
Oh yeah, I'll be there,
Yeah,
of
come.
course.
We're trying to pack that full. That's
You
our
will.
spot.
Yeah.
No. We will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have enough friends to pack it full anyway.
That's true. Yeah.
Even if we
not
don't
one
have any
fan
fans
pulled
coming.
up, it would
Yeah.
still be packed with friends.
Yeah.
Dude.
So it'll be fun.
I saw you play the auditorium. Was it the Shrine one time? It was sick.
The Shrine in LA.
Yeah. No, what did you do? There was an auditorium.
We
Like
played
a-
the Greek.
Maybe I went to the Greek, but then there was downtown. It was like it looked like a giant gymnasium.
Was it?
I forget what it's called.
Was it the
Club-
We went to some
Nokia?
bar afterwards. No, we went to a bar and there was a taxi inside of the bar.
Oh! That's when we went to.
When was it?
What venue?
Dude,
was it?
that's where we go. That's freaking. There's a big boat, and you mean
Yeah,
the big
a boat.
boat?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
in the-
talking about Clifton's.
Clifton's.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place is sweet.
But
what was
you
the
played
show?
a show before that.
Yeah. It's called
Oh, it's the Bluebird or
the
something.
Bluebird or something like that.
Bluebird Theater or something.
That was a fun show. I remember that.
Show was sick. Venue
was
was
a good
great. Packed to the gills.
That was so we were doing this thing at the time called R5 Hangs, because we had set up all of our instruments in our living room, as I'm sure you know. I'm sure you came to a few of those nights where we would just like invite a bunch of musician friends over
And just hang.
and just like play music into the night. A few times we got a police helicopter sent on us, but we would literally just send a lot of music lovers over and we'd play music. So we thought, okay, let's extend this night for more people, for like fans to come and hang out.
And that's the type of show that
That was the show. So we were like, we're just gonna have our friends open for us. We're just gonna play music and play whatever songs we wanted to play. And that was it.
it was so much fun.
It was super fun.
I'm excited for the Roxy. I'm excited for this era of your music and this chapter in your journey. It's really exciting. It's cool.
Thanks.
And I do, to your point, Dan, like I think there is some weird synchronicity between what you're doing musically and what you're doing as a thespian
Yeah.
currently.
For sure.
You know,
For sure.
I would describe the driver era, darker.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure about sexy. I mean, I like the outfits the two of you are wearing on
The driver air is
Instagram.
delicious.
I mean, dude, I'll tell you what. Every time I do a photo shoot, they're like, "Can we take his shirt off?"
Yeah, they're like, can we put a banana sling on you?
Something.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that happened once.
I was like, definitely do it, bro. Definitely do it. Definitely do
That's
it.
flattering. Usually people see me
They're
in a
always
photo
trying to
shoot
take my
setting.
clothes off, man.
Oh, they put parkas on me. It's incredible.
They've done that to me too.
Yeah.
I mean, anything goes in a photo shoot, you know.
Yeah, 17 parkas in one shoot at once. Not healthy.
2 very quick questions. Is R5 done forever?
I mean, I don't think anything's forever.
Yeah.
I seriously don't think forever exists.
No, honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
That's like a dark answer regarding forever.
No, it's
But-
like
You could just be like,
I mean,
never
how could
say
it?
never? Keep it light.
Keep it.
I
Justin
didn't
Bieber.
mean to make it that dark, but it's true. Just think about that for a second.
Nothing is forever.
Yeah, like
Jeez.
I can't think of something that's forever.
Last question.
Except maybe the universe expanding.
Are you and Laura Marano still friends? I saw people asking about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I haven't seen her in a long time. I know she's actually playing the Roxy soon,
Yeah,
which is
she
funny.
is.
Oh, let's pull up.
So yeah, we'll probably go to that and probably say hey,
We gotta-
watch the show.
Let's
yeah.
roll through.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I live down the street.
Do you?
I've been to your house.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did you move?
No, I'm still there.
Yeah, I've been there.
Dude, I haven't been to your
spot.
house, I don't think.
6 spot.
Come, mi casa es su
Okay.
casa.
Yeah.
Tight.
Maybe we'll throw a Laura Marano after party or a
Yo.
driver era after party or
Oh.
both.
Oh.
Did Austin and Allie sing on the show?
Oh.
I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe you guys can get on stage, bring back the old times.
Yeah, maybe.
Sounds like exactly what you want to do.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
that'd be a moment.
like,
The internet would love it.
yeah, the internets would love it.
do
Like,
something from
I
season
don't even,
one.
I don't even know. Like,
Theme song.
I wouldn't necessarily reject the possibility of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, whereas like most people be like, no, I wouldn't do that. Like,
You think about it first.
dude, I'm like, yeah, like I'll play a song. Like, it's chill. It doesn't need to be a whole
who
big thing.
cares? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
get it.
yeah,
It's a part of you. You know what I mean? You're not going to escape it no matter how hard you try.
yeah.
And you can't. You don't have to be ashamed of it.
No.
It wasn't a joke. It was great work. Quality programming, top to bottom, truly.
Yeah, I had a great time, and you know, a lot of people enjoyed it. That's what we did it for. So
That's what matters, Dan.
Yeah.
no,
No, I didn't say anything wrong.
yeah.
Just asking a question.
Yeah.
Are you actually trying to be a pilot? Getting your pilot's license?
Yeah. It's been put on hold for a minute now. But my I always go flying with my dad. My dad's got a pilot's license, and he just bought a new plane. So
That's
I'm
crazy.
always
and
flying
cool.
with him. Yeah.
Freaks me out.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a small plane?
No.
No.
I
Probably
sit in the
it's
back
too scary-
on the biggest
scary for you?
planes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Also, like I don't have cool people in my life. You know, no PJ experiences.
Well, I'll tell you this: it's
Just pajamas.
It's infinitely more safe than driving down the freeway.
You're right. Just probability.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll fly with you. if
Unless
that's
you
what
have like
say.
a really reckless pilot.
Ross, you good?
No. I'm a good pilot.
Yeah, it depends on the morning or what happened the night before.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. That's why they haven't given me my license yet.
That's
Failed the
it.
drug test.
All right, we got to get you out of here. Your publicist is gonna like pounce on me. I love the two of you. You guys are great.
Thanks
Love
for
you too,
having
man.
us,
It's
yo.
good seeing you.
Ross, Rocky, the driver era. Put it in your ears. I'm waiting for new music. Come back whenever you want, please.
Okay.
Dope.
Always and forever. Dan?
She's gonna kill us back there.
We're
getting those eyes.
I really hope you enjoyed that conversation. If you did, please subscribe and also check out our podcast. There's a link in the description, and also comment and like and do things. Other interviews are on the screen somewhere, so click them. Thanks for watching.